Hey everybody, welcome back to Music and Spirituality. Today's podcast, I'm going to talk about meditation and why I think it's important. I'm not going to speak long, but I want to talk about this because the holidays are coming up. They're approaching. And so the importance of meditation is to help us to relieve some of the stress, to be able to manage the stress that happens in our lives, whether it's work, school, family, encountering people. So today I just kind of want to talk about this. And so the reason why I think meditation is really important is because it helps train the mind to be able to be more open and less reactive. And when you're dealing with situations that can be stressful, or there's drama, or there's arguments, and you want to alleviate that, this is a really good method. Maintaining your emotions and not maybe engage in that argument. It can be tough to not do that. And some people want to know, how do I do that if I'm going to my family's for Christmas or for Thanksgiving? The holidays are approaching, of course, and that's why I wanted to talk about this subject, because I think this can help a lot of people. Getting in that quiet space, taking the discipline and that quiet time away so you can be better at how you handle stressful situations, especially if they're conversations that are difficult, conversations that might cause an argument. And some people are trying to figure out, if I'm going to go home for the holidays, there's usually some type of stress or something with an argument. And, we as people, we're complex. But if you're that type of person that you're like, I don't want to argue. I don't want to fight. I just want to go and have a good time. Or maybe you can't avoid not going home for Christmas, and these are steps that I take for myself. Also, if you're dealing with combative people, and one way of doing that is taking the time to meditate. And this can be in ways of just taking the quiet time is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about prayer. Prayer is one way of meditation. What I'm talking about is sitting in your room, getting in a quiet space where no one's around. Let your friends and family know. If you're at home and you have a family, let your kids know, hey, I'm taking some time. Let your partner know, I'm going to take some quiet time. And you can do either music or just sit quiet. I have found that this has been very helpful for me. There's always some situations that we can come across in our lives that are difficult. And for me, I'm a very easygoing person. I don't like to argue. And I don't like confrontation. It's one of my weaknesses. It's the one thing I've had to work on, is confronting things, but understanding that confrontation doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be mean or stressful. We do need to stand up for ourselves and confront certain things in our lives. And I don't have a strong will or strong personality. I'm just not that type of person. But I have had challenges in my life of standing up for myself, people pleasing, and sorts of things like that. So if you are a super laid back person like me, and confronting things is difficult for you, then I hope this podcast can help you, because that's been my journey. Is those things have been difficult, but I've worked on myself, and I've worked at trying to be better at standing up for myself and confronting those situations that aren't the easiest to confront. I'm recently divorced, and in that co-parenting with my kids' father has not always been the easiest thing for me. It's gotten better, and I'm grateful for that. But I will say that sometimes when people are difficult and you don't want to react, right? You're like, I don't want to do that. I just want this to go well. I want it to be peaceful, and I want it to go well. And so I realized a couple years ago, about 3 years ago, I'd say, that I just really needed to not react. And I was like, how can I do this and not lose myself? Lose consciousness is what I call it. And meditation has been the way I've done it. Now, I was raised in a Christian environment, and so I never understood like this type of meditation I'm speaking of. And a lot of times it was just, I would have some quiet times, but most of the time I'm just doing the talking, like I'm talking to God or however, how you see God. But for me, I would just do that. And this way has been much easier for me because I've been able to just sit quiet and just be open and listen. And some of you guys may not co-sign on this, but I'll just say this. Some people believe that they have angels or spirit guides that help them in this life. I do believe we're not doing this life alone. I do believe we have help on the other side. And that's ever how you see fit to believe that. But I do believe we have help. And I believe that's what meditation does. It helps us tap into that help on the other side. And it has really helped me to be able to keep myself calm when there were difficult situations or difficult conversations I had to have and not react, not get super upset. And I'm not the type of person, again, to get really upset, but I've had my moments where, man, I'm losing consciousness and I'm getting pretty upset. And I don't like that feeling. And I want to stay calm in a difficult situation. And so this has helped me so much tremendously. And that's why I wanted to speak about it today and just say, take the time out for yourself to quiet yourself, find a spot in your house or wherever that looks for you. And even if you start off with 5 minutes, start off with 5 minutes. It's hard, but start off with 5 and then work your way up. I know there's gurus out there that meditate 8 hours. I can't do that. I don't have time. I have kids. I have things I have to take care of. But I know another guy's podcast I listen to, he meditates 2 hours a day. I'm not up to that. I can go 30 minutes. I can go 35, 40, but I worked up to doing that. And so these are just ways that you can do it. There's all kinds of meditation music that you can find out there. If you Google it, look for it, you'll find it. I found a lot of helpful resources on YouTube for meditation and stuff like that. But this is just my encouragement to you guys with the holidays coming up. If you have stressful situations, whether it's at work, at home, going and seeing family, this is something that maybe you can try to practice 5 minutes a day before you're leaving to go. And it really has helped me tremendously. It has helped me to cope with difficult situations and to be able to calm myself, maybe step out of the room and just collect myself. Those are ways. Just meditation does it. It can really alleviate that stress. It can really help you with that, helping you also, like, again, talking with people, confronting those issues that you know you need to confront, scary as it may be, but we need to be able to do this. And we have to do this so we can be good for ourselves. And again, good for the people that we love, right? We want to be the best version of ourselves for ourselves, but also for the people that we love. So I want to leave you guys with that today. I'll talk about music in the next podcast, but today I just wanted to encourage all of you out there, if you're trying to find those ways of how do I deal with combative people or how do I deal with difficult situations, I want this to go well. You know, you want it to go well. And you want to be authentically you. We don't want to hurt people that we care about, but we know there's some conversations that need to happen, whether they're difficult conversations. You still can have those difficult conversations without everything going crazy and losing control or losing consciousness. And for me, it's helped me to confront things in my life that have been difficult for me to confront. It's also helped me to be calm in situations that were difficult for me. So hopefully this will help you all find a way to take the time to find that peace, to get into a place where you can start to help yourself with that. There's so many different stresses in life. And I just highly, highly recommend. Start off, like I said, 5 minutes a day. Work your way up to what works for you. And even if it's just 5 minutes a day for 2-3 weeks or a month, at least you're giving yourself something to help you. And I tell you, the results are going to be incredible, because the times that you find yourself flying off the handle or getting upset, you'll find yourself be calm and just not flying off the handle and getting upset. It's incredible what meditation has done for me. And I'm really encouraging people that maybe have more of like a difficult time holding their temper. This is going to be super, extremely, extremely helpful for you. I kid you not. And I'm not one, like I said, to get really upset, but I've had my moments where I've lost it. I'm not proud of those moments, but I have found that for me, meditation has really helped me stay calm, respond with kindness and love, because at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. So guys, thank you for listening and hanging out. Stay tuned for the next episode. I'll talk more about some music. Maybe I'm going to go with the flow. I might bring up some stuff, but I know I wrote a rap recently I'm super proud of. But have a great rest of the week. Remember, you are loved, you're valued, and remember, choose love over fear. Peace out, everybody. Stay safe.